What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. In today's video, we're going to jump into some of my favorite Easter eggs, and I want to know in the comment section whether you knew these or not. And then don't forget to whack that like button if you're enjoying this content and subscribe for future videos. Now, this isn't a full guide to Easter eggs in the Exiled lands. I just pulled out 10 that I thought were cool and wanted to see if you guys knew about them. So if I miss your favorite Easter egg in this list, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below as well. But getting right into it, thrall names. A lot of the thralls around the Exiled lands, or the NPCs around the Exiled lands, are named after people in the Conan community. Some of the NPCs have been named after mod creators. Some of them are named after employees that work for Funcom or have worked for Funcom in the past. There is also some names out there that were from the beginning of the Conan Exiles journey and have been instrumental in helping develop the game from early access. There's also a group of NPCs called the Chosen of Azura. Now, these NPCs in particular were hand-chosen by the dev team and the people at Funcom for being upstanding citizens in the Conan community. And I'll give you a couple of quick examples here. So, Gillimton is a named alchemist. He can be found in Sinner's Refuge. Gillimton is a namesake for Multigun. Multigun is a mod creator who's responsible for mods like less building placements, tier 4 thralls, and many, many more. He is also the first ever Chosen of Azura. Another example would be Delincia Snowhunter. Now, Delincia Snowhunter is actually a character that was created by Snowhunter. Snowhunter is a mod creator. He was also instrumental in helping develop both the Wine Cellar dungeon and the Warmaker's dungeon. He does still continue to mod and has some pretty amazing dungeon mods for the game. However, this namesake was not given to him because of the mod creation. In conversations that I've had with him, he was actually instrumental in helping develop a lot of the names that you see in the game. So he submitted a lot of the names early on when the game was being developed, and so they gave him one particular one that was for his namesake. Number 9, and this one is pretty easy, but you may have missed it. Did you know that if you open your attributes page and you look at the first letter in each one of the attributes, it actually spells savages? So in order to be part of this particular Easter egg, all you have to do is fill up your attributes to the most savage build you possibly can. Number 8 goes to a legendary weapon, and the reason why I'm highlighting this legendary weapon is it actually crosses games or genres, and it's just kind of cool. So the next one is Jedi's Great Saber. So if we look at the name for this sword and we play with the way that we pronounce it a little bit, it is actually Jedi's Great Saber. So not only is it the name, but when you wield this weapon, it actually sounds like you are wielding a lightsaber. And that's a pretty cool way for Conan Exiles fans and Star Wars fans to merge together and bring a little Jedi to the Exiled lands. Number 7 is all about notes. Now, if you've spent any time in the Exiled lands so far, you've probably come across a note or two, and these can have some very interesting and very fun things written on them. And I'm going to show you my favorite, which happens to be in the Wine Cellar. And this one in particular, I want to know if you guys have ever found this note in the Wine Cellar before, because I think that this one is just funny in my personal opinion. And every time I come across it, or when I came across it the first time, it just made me giggle. Now, most of the notes that you find in the Exiled lands are not going to be considered Easter eggs. They would be more lore-based or give you recipes, but this one in particular I felt had to make the list. Number 6 is the unreachable alligator. Now, if you go to the jungle, and I'm going to show you on the map where this is at, there's a spot where you can stand and watch a boss alligator or boss crocodile walk its way from the jungle into the water. Now, there hasn't been any official statement from Funcom on what exactly this Easter egg is. However, many have speculated that this is supposed to represent Sobek. Sobek is one of the deities that is mentioned a handful of times in the game. Although we don't have a direct connection to Sobek in the game right now, he does not have an altar and therefore does not have any connection to the rest of the religions in the game as of this point in time. However, it is pretty cool to watch this particular creature walk into sight and out of sight and is totally unreachable. Number 5 happens to be another weapon. Now, this is the Act of Violence. The Act of Violence was one of the most powerful weapons in game for quite some time. However, through the process of elimination and balance and different things, it is no longer one of the most powerful weapons in game. However, it is still a very cool Easter egg. The Act of Violence, actually, if you read the description, it is a namesake for Just Horse, who is a YouTuber who has covered many different things in Conan Exiles over the years of Conan Exiles development, and normally we see an influx of videos from that particular YouTuber when new patches and new things hit the game. Number 4 is not a weapon, but it is an ammunition for your bow, and that is the Fire Spark arrows. Now, the Fire Spark arrows only stack to 81, and this is a namesake for Fire Spark 81, another YouTuber who has dedicated a lot of time to Conan Exiles videos. Now, the Fire Spark arrow in particular is the only arrow that causes bleed, and that bleed cannot be stopped through the normal means to stop bleed. Fire Spark 81 is very good about showing things that are out of balance in the game, and he does not pull any punches. So when he uploads a video and the developers or Funcom sees it, they feel the sting of that video. Now, the recipe for the Fire Spark arrows and the drop for the legendary Act of Violence are both in the same set of caves. And if you need a guide to find these things, I have videos guiding you to those, and I will link those in the top right hand corner of this video. Number 3 is the Goat Horn Bow. Now, this is really a completionist item, as this bow is probably not going to be the one that you seek after for high damage. However, I do run this bow personally for healing my thralls. Now, if you're wondering why this particular bow is an Easter egg, it is because this bow was designed and implemented into the game because of a story that was told during one of the build contests for Funcom. Funcom was hosting a build contest, and during the submission of the build contest from one of the applicants, they told a story about a particular goat that would always come and hit them and knock them off of the side of the mountain or the cliff face that they were building on, sending them to their death multiple times throughout the process of the building. And Funcom liked the story, so they decided to add the bow as a legendary drop from a demon goat. Now, I'm going to move into the final 2, and it's likely that you guys know about these Easter eggs already, but I want to know in the comment section if you do or not. So number 2 is the Neebs Gaming door. Now, Neebs Gaming is another YouTube channel that dedicated a very long time to Conan Exiles, and their videos are absolutely fabulous. If you have not watched Neebs Gaming, you should go over and check out their channel. They are absolutely hilarious and a lot of fun to watch. But the Neebs Gaming door, as it's been called, is a lot of fun to listen to in game. So it's here by the den. I am not going to play through what actually happens so that I don't spoil it for you. But you should get over to this door in this location of the map and check it out for yourself. And the number one Easter egg that I'm going to tell you about today is actually another one for Neebs Gaming. Now, I was surprised when I was doing a live stream that many people did not know that this existed. However, if you go over to Silkwood in the jungle, you will find these gravestones, and these gravestones are actually the gravestones for Neebs Gaming, and you can interact with each one and read a little story about how they died or how they lived, different things, and the grave marker information that you'll read was actually pulled from part of the series that Neebs Gaming did in Conan Exiles. Now, those are all the Easter eggs that I have for you today, but the fun continues. Check out the 2 videos that are coming up on the screen now. I'd like to give a big shout out to all my YouTube members. Y'all are absolute legends. If you'd like to become a legend, there's a button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for their continued support, likes, comments, and general awesomeness. If you're not subscribed, you can start your free trial today and cancel at any time. Clicking the bell is highly recommended so you get notified when I upload another video.